Hello and welcome to my channel, Real Talk with Mari. Here we have real talk on not just relationships, but love, sex, and things they just don't talk about in the church. It's a Christian-based channel, so yes, we'll be coming from the Word a lot of times, but just things that, again, they don't talk about in church. And also, just relationships in general, how many times people will talk about, oh, well, all the men are this way and the women are that way, and it becomes a blame game, right? No, that's not how we're going to do it here. We're going to look at the root causes. It's not always a man's fault, and it's not always a woman's fault. We each have to take accountability, and that's what prompted me to start this channel, so we can talk about the issues that we both encounter as a woman, what men encounter. We're going to touch on both of those. So that's what prompted me to, or rather pushed me to talk about this. I'm very passionate about talking about this subject. Please feel free to comment and subscribe to the channel as we're going to really dig it up. So today, what I'd like to talk about are four red flags. Four red flags that you may see from the beginning, but sometimes we choose to ignore them, right? The first one is anger. Anger. So think about how that other person not only expresses their anger, but how does that anger manifest? You know, for example, we all get angry. The word tells us be angry and sin not. But how does that anger manifest itself? You know, do you see that other person being very confrontational? How do they handle conflict? You know, with people that they encounter, with their family, for example. That's a red flag and something you really need to look at. Number two, toxic behavior. Are they aggressive with you? How are they treating you? How are they, what's their attitude like towards you? Are they using foul language with you? Are they talking to you in an aggressive manner? Are they putting you down? You know, are they being abusive? You really need to look at that as well. That's a major red flag. And number three, control. Control. You know, is this person trying to control you? For example, an example of that could be, you know, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you doing it with? Who's around you? You know, these are all red flags. And again, I'm talking about in the beginning, those things that we can see, or we do see, but we choose to ignore. Because, I mean, looking back, we can all say we saw the red flags, but for whatever reason, we chose to ignore them. So control is definitely one of them. Are they telling you what to do? Are they, you know, asking you questions about, again, where you're at, what you're doing? Definitely a red flag. And number four is what are they saying to you? How are they expressing themselves about themselves and you? For example, you know, are they putting you down? Are they belittling you? How do they talk about themselves? You know, I once heard somebody say, well, I'm really not the best person, not a good person. So, you know, I thought about that and I said, who says that? So you got to really look at that. How their self-esteem, right? How do they think about themselves? Now you may think, oh, especially as women, oh, that's okay. You know, I'll be there for, no, you really need to look at that, because how they feel about themselves is going to manifest in how they treat you, express themselves to you and treat you. But those are the four red flags I have for today. There's so many more. Can put some in the comments. Let me know what red flags you've seen but chose to ignore. Because quite honestly, when I look back, I saw them, but I chose to ignore them. In the next video, we'll dig it up a little more as to why we chose to ignore them. But I hope this helped you and caused you to think about those red flags before you jump in any further. If you're in something now, you may really want to pray and think about that. But that's all I have for now. That's Mari. Till next time.